it's sort of like a mini rehearsal because you're just testing the scene. You're finding what works, what doesn't work, what lines are good, what lines do I feel like there should be something more here, what lines are duds. And you start shaping the sequence of how it could be interesting dramatically with all these different people. And sometimes, a lot of times you'll be auditioning an actor. Maybe you don't think, I probably wouldn't give this person the role. I doubt this person is the best person for the role. But we're having a good time here, so let me really test out my material. And put a different kind of light on it. Let me try a different emphasis here to see if it can go there. So it's while it's exhausting, it can be a very invigorating experience. One of the scenes that I really kind of nailed from doing it a zillion different times was the Shoshana scene in the restaurant. And so I had this whole book out, and he was writing things as she's talking, and he's checking things as he's talking to her. And it was really very detailed because I had a chance to do it so many times. And I thought, wow, this is a really interesting interrogation. So then I find Christoph, and months later, it comes time to do the scene. When we get to do the scene, I realize I don't really want to do that for the simple fact that those were my discoveries of me playing Londa. And that worked, and it worked really interesting, and it was actually fascinating. But we're not doing my Londa anymore. We've been doing Christoph's Londa for a long time. You don't want to give him the end result of your journey. We have to do something completely different. And I knew I had to give him another piece of direction from everything that I had thought that I wanted to do to something completely different. So he sat down, we're ready to do it. He has no idea what I'm going to tell him to do. I don't really have any idea what I'm going to tell him to do. I just know what I don't want him to do, which is jump to an end result. And I just say, I want you to devour the strudel. I just want you to just concentrate as you say your lines. You're talking to her. I don't want the audience to know, do you know? Do you not know? It can all be conjecture. I don't know if you know. I don't want you to necessarily know if you know. I don't want you to necessarily make a super decision as far as that's concerned, at least not one that's going to be coming across. I want you to do one thing and one thing only. I want you to eat that strudel. Concentrate on eating the strudel with gusto. And then the dialogue just took on its own life. Because it wasn't about staring, it wasn't about playing games, it wasn't about anything. It was about the food.